Welcome to the WION podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we explore how indoor pollution, an often overlooked but deadly threat, silently worsens asthma by irritating already sensitive airways, triggering dangerous flare-ups, and turning ordinary household activities into powerful respiratory hazards that millions unknowingly face every single day. But the real danger begins inside our homes. While pollution outdoors poses a significant health risk for people, worsening indoor air quality has also gradually become a pressing issue that needs to be addressed. Annually, almost 4 million deaths are attributed to indoor air pollution worldwide, and in India specifically, approximately 4 to 6% of the national burden of disease is attributed to indoor air pollution as the major risk factor. It's quite a startling reality, given that with the current escalations in pollution outdoors, across the country, human instinct would be to stay indoors. Present in most enclosed spaces like work, school, malls, restaurants, and even your home, indoor air pollution can be in the form of particulate matter like soot and dust mites, or gases like carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, and sulfur dioxide that are emitted from cooking, heating, or cleaning solutions. And while poor indoor air quality can affect anyone, those with lung conditions like asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, are more vulnerable to its adverse effects. Dr. Rohit Kumar, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Pulmonary, Critical Care and Sleep Medicine, shares inputs. While over and continuous exposure to air pollutants can cause irreversible lung damage and are a risk factor for chronic inflammatory lung disorders such as COPD, it is not a direct cause of asthma. However, what it does do is irritate the airways and cause exacerbations of asthma symptoms like coughing, wheezing, chest pain, and shortness of breath. For people with asthma, the airways of the lungs are inflamed and swollen, making them a little more sensitive when exposed to allergens, pollutants, and irritants. Therefore, when an already vulnerable respiratory tract is exposed to triggers common in indoor air pollution, it can cause the airway to swell further, increasing the production of mucus and causing the space for air to pass freely to be reduced even more. This leads to further worsening of lung function, where symptoms like shortness of breath and wheezing increase rapidly. In fact, depending on the severity of your condition, extent of exposure, and if not controlled in time, it can exacerbate into an asthma attack where the breathing tubes in your airways narrow to the point that it becomes a life-threatening emergency, which could lead to hospitalization. Using biomass fuels and kerosene while cooking is a common source of indoor air pollution in India and poses significant health risks. In addition to these, there are other sources such as smoke from tobacco or e-cigarette smoking in enclosed spaces, fumes from chemical-based household cleaning products, scented candles, and air fresheners. In fact, common household products such as dupe, incense sticks, and mosquito coils emit higher levels of respirable particulate matter, or which can accumulate over time, causing respiratory illnesses and can be fatal for asthmatics. In addition to this, biological pollutants such as dust mites, mould, pollen, infectious agents produced in stagnant water, mattresses, and carpets can all contribute to an increase in asthma symptoms. Prevention and precaution are critical for those suffering from asthma. Therefore, while awareness and avoiding triggers, as well as a continuous effort to minimize pollution levels indoors, are important, consulting a doctor to control and manage your condition is of critical importance. In fact, since asthma triggers can change over time, putting an action plan in place in consultation with the doctor is crucial to make sure that the treatment is relevant and sufficient for your existing condition. The prescribed treatment plan may vary across patients depending on the severity of their condition and exposure to pollutants. However, the delivery of drugs by inhalation is an integral component in combating asthma triggers and managing the condition. Patients are prescribed different types of inhalers according to their condition, which could include long-term control medications, such as inhaled corticosteroids, which are preventive medications used daily to treat airway inflammation and reduce flare-ups, and quick relief or rescue inhalers, which, as the name suggests, are meant to rescue you from a sudden attack or flare-up and contain fast-acting medication used as needed to open airways. Thanks for tuning into this incredible story. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more captivating stories to come. Stay tuned.